Here's a small selection of Servants of the Betrayer. I've trimmed it down as best I could so that I did not have any duplicates, but sometimes I mess up. Okay, so this is part of my stash of World of Warcraft TCG cards. I have a few more that I have found while just digging for magic cards for a build. But those are going to go for a round two. I'm just going to post these for now. And if anybody in the comments wants to see more, let me know and I'll go dig them. Because I do have more that I just stashed away over time. These are the quests. Let me just grab a small number of cards so that I don't have my filthy paws on them. Okay. You, Robot. I love some of the titles for these cards. They're very creative. It would have been really, really cool if this game kept on going, but, you know, the digital age is with us, and hard cardboard TCGs, while they continue to be popular, they're I don't know what you call it, the number of people who get involved to play them has shifted some to online. Hearthstone, of course, I think was a major thrust. Magic being a paper TCG company, likewise for Konami. This is a loot card. Likewise for Konami, and to some extent Pokemon. Pokemon's done really well with their online client, but none of these have been a major shift to digital. I think the first major shift to digital was really World of Warcraft to Hearthstone. This trading card game was just shelved, ended after 21 sets, and then it morphed into Hearthstone with similar artwork. The same lore, you know, mages. So again, I was trying to remember off the top of my head what the different groups are. Not guilds, they're called something else. And
in Hearthstone, they're called classes.
Classes, there we go. Spending my
there's mage, warrior, hunter, priest, paladin, warlock, shaman,
rogue.
Yes, and paladin.
Okay, I forgot in priest and druid. So,
oh yeah, druid.
Yeah, I mean, if I just read the cards,
it said paladin twice.
Right, if I just read the cards, I'm there. So these are Servants of the Betrayer. This is the 5th set. I'm gonna finish off this block with the next video, and then I'll launch into my Drums of War, how much I love this set, and how I have a mountain of cards for it. And I will eventually get around to putting some of these in presentation books. The game evolved, of course, from set to set, but I haven't really tracked that in these videos. I'll talk a little bit about that with Drums of War, because clearly Drums of War was a small departure from the base, from the basic sets that have been issued to date. And I'm very surprised how low the supply for packs is right now. And I get it only took 5 years. 5 years is a very small period of time in any collectible. But I'm learning that for some of that stash that was on sale when the TCG was canceled was put in closets. That's what I did. Eventually, I just made some space for other trading card games in my sleeves, and put all these cards unceremoniously in boxes. And I guess the same is what stores did with their booster boxes that they weren't going to sell. They were like, okay, nobody's going to buy this stuff. But I guess there must have been a crew of people who remained and continued to buy the boxes and either store or crack the packs, just buy the boxes. Because looking through eBay, I mentioned some numbers in a previous video, just off the top of my head. I was completely wrong. A War of the Elements box is like $140. I mean, and that was one of the junk boxes. Okay, here it is. Here's my selection of War of the Elements. It's on the table as a pile. I mean, these were $1 packs, and I remember the booster boxes going for like $35, something like that. I mean, it was a fire sale on War of the Elements. It was definitely the Homelands, one of the cheapest sets in the entire game. But no, right? And I remember I used to track, just because I'm super OCD, I used to track how many what was the count of booster searches on eBay, and it used to be like 300. I kept a track of it. I have a file somewhere, a text file, with a daily count that I kept for maybe like a few months. And the count used to be like 300. That count right now, I don't think it's more than 70. 5 years later. And the boxes are really expensive. And there really aren't that many. It's not like it used to be, where someone would have, oh, here's the card that was the same as the loot card. I mean, they were all cheap. And when you would look at a seller and see how many boxes they had, they would have like 20, 30 boxes available. So definitely either a combination of things happened. People shelved them, and or people bought them in the next few years because they were players or even collectors. I just moved on to something else, but I would have easily enjoyed cracking more packs. I forget what happened at that time. Maybe I just went Magic crazy. That's probably the year when I went Magic crazy, Magic Online crazy. But, I mean, the cards are cool. They play well. You can make decks with them. I made a few decks just for fun. I have them somewhere. Okay, so this is all for Servants of the Betrayer. And in the next video, I'll do the last set in this block named A Hunt for Illidan.